Hey friends, welcome back to Storytime Pathways. I'm your host, and today feels like the perfect moment to slow down and take in something heartwarming. The kind of story that reminds us that kindness can turn even the darkest night into hope. So imagine yourself settled in with a cup of tea, maybe rain pattering on your window. I want to share with you the incredible tale of the mysterious stranger and the ancient lamp. Picture a small, crumbling house on the edge of a sleepy village. That's where Ali lived, a young boy, hardworking and gentle, but luck just never seemed to look his way. Orphaned at a young age, he spent his days toiling in the fields, doing whatever he could to get by. I keep thinking of how often life feels unfair to people like Ali, but maybe as you'll hear, the story isn't always what it seems at first glance. There's a certain kind of quiet that settles in just before a big storm. That night, as Ali sat beneath a sprawling banyan tree, the sky split open. Thunder cracked, rain poured, and suddenly, out there in the soaked darkness, Ali heard something. A faint cry for help. What strikes me about Ali is that he didn't hesitate. Even scared, even tired, he just ran toward the sound. Can you imagine that? His heart beating out of his chest, his feet slipping through mud, and finally finding, slumped in the rain, an old man, shivering and barely conscious. Ali could have looked away, but instead he carried the stranger home, dried his soaked clothes, brewed up some simple tea, and shared his only meal. Through that long, wild night, the old man watched Ali with eyes full of mystery and gratitude. When morning painted the walls with a pale gold, the old man stood to leave, fragile but smiling. And I'll never forget the words he left behind. Kindness is never wasted, my son. Simple, hopeful, like a lantern in a storm. Next day, while gathering dung for the fields, Ali's foot struck something hard, buried beneath the muck. He dug, pried, and found an old brass lamp. Ancient, stained, mysterious. And you probably know what comes next, right? But there's a little wonder in every retelling. As he wiped the lamp clean, it began to shake and billow, and suddenly, magic. A thick cloud of smoke and a genie, huge and powerful, standing right there. "I am the genie of the lamp," boomed the voice deep and thunderous. "You are my master, command me, and I will obey." And here's where Ali could have asked for anything. Piles of gold, a huge house, fine clothes. But he doesn't. No, what really gets me is that Ali remembers his village. He looks the genie in the eye and says, "If you wish to help, bring happiness and prosperity to every poor soul in the village." With a flash and a clap, the genie went to work. Overnight, with a ripple that seemed almost like a dream, the dry fields turned green, rivers overflowed, the villages filled with food, and everywhere you looked, laughter replaced hunger. That's interesting because true transformation often happens quietly, doesn't it? One person's kindness stirring a storm of blessings. Yet with all this new comfort and joy, Ali himself remained in his little home, still sleeping on his worn mat. He'd brought happiness, but he hadn't changed a thing for himself. And the villagers, after their first shock and celebration, began to notice. "How is it," they murmured, "that Ali, whose act led to all this, remains so humble?" A few days later, a familiar old figure returned to town, the same stranger Ali had helped. This time, his eyes sparkled with an even deeper secret. He listened to Ali's story, nodded, and that smile, you know the kind where someone seems to be in on the world's secret, spread slowly across his face. "Real wealth, my boy," the old man said, "is in the joy of helping others. Your heart is rich, and now you may wish something just for yourself." Ali thought hard. It's such a powerful moment. I mean, what do you wish for, knowing you can finally take for yourself? What strikes me is his answer. "If everyone is happy, all I ask is to fulfill my parents' greatest dream. I wish to teach every child in the village free of cost." Magic shimmered into reality. A beautiful school appeared in the heart of the village. Stone and wood and hope, built from a single wish. Ali became its first headmaster. Day after day, children gathered to learn. They grew not only wise but kind, learning from the same boy whose quiet courage had changed their world. Ali became respected, admired, and, what matters more, loved. But he never lost that gentle spirit. never let respect go to his head. Some say, even now, the ancient lamp sits quietly on a shelf in that village school. It waits, patient as ever, for the day kindness must once again light the way for someone who asks not for himself, but for everyone. So let me get this straight. It's not about how much you have or even what you achieve. What really shines is what you give. That's the secret woven through Ali's journey. A reminder I keep coming back to. The true richness in life lies in generosity, and the happiest hearts are those that beat for others. Thanks for spending these moments with me. Wishing you warmth, light, and a little bit of Ali's magic in your own life today.